Good morning, my dear friends. How are you? So what do you reckon? Do you reckon we're getting this angle right now? I got the chisel out onto it last night. Oh, there goes the lid. So you can see how I'm starting to sort of dig out that middle part. So the middle part's a bit less of an angle there. I think we need to just go a little bit more though, don't we? I just keep going at it. I'll get out the chisel and just get a bit more of this off here. So start working out a bit of this area here. We'll get that front end down a little bit so he can sit on that, and he got stopped about here. And also use your dust. So that's what I do. So what I'm trying to do is I'll get my sanding block and I'll sand it all up, and all that dust, the plastic dust builds up in all these cracks and all these holes. So you see it's a square, raises up like a square, but you want a lot of that stuff to angle down and just sort of flow down so and melt down. So what I do is once I've sanded it and all that dust is building up into the cracks and stuff, when I finish, not finish, but when I stop that session of sanding, I get my acetone out and I actually put the acetone all over the dust, and that actually, it seals it in and creates more of the actual sculpture that we want. I'm just trying to work out how to sculpt big chunks of plastic offcuts. And it's a lot different to what I'm used to. So, I tried to get the Dremel out and none of those tools really touch it. None of those tools really do much to it. Dremel is really good, it seems, for wood and metal and stuff, but this heavy plastic, heavy duty industrial plastic, it doesn't do much too. So I actually got the chisel out. Just an old chisel I used to use back when I was like a kid. So it's a bit old, and that's an old American one. So I just sharpened it up a little bit. It needs a lot of work. I'll have to get rid of the rust on it because it's a good American chisel. A half chisel, so just, carved it out with that and a hammer. And then I went back and started sanding it. I covered it in, Tamiya putty, and just to get out any. So, we've got something to sand into, to dust up, to fill up. It's a crazy project. So also just starting to get the trench here. So we're starting to get the ground ready. So I've done the first dose of Tamiya putty, and then I'll come along with a few more doses, and then I'll build a wooden platform, and we'll put a little base wood here. So some base wood down here, and we'll start. So what I'm thinking about, I'll do the wood paneling first, and we'll just do it rough. I'll make some really dodgy wood panels and stuff, different sizes, and we'll make that up first, and then over the top we'll put some posts. Some posts would be the best way. Posts, and I've got some nuts and bolts in some of my old tank kits, and we'll use those to make the bolts so we can bolt it all to the wood, and we'll make it look really cool. I'll get onto that now. Also, I've got the tracks making for the building for the Ryfield model. So these are the Ryfield model tracks. You see, they're quite workable, and you've got the pins. Now, the difference is, so you see these ones here, they're mini art. So they're mini art tracks. I didn't pin them up. The mini art tracks are great. The pins really go in tight with mini art. So, it's a really tight fit, which I like. But these ones here, the Ryfield ones, so they're different, you can see. They've got a slightly thicker exterior part than the mini art ones. So they're a different look, and they look more solid and stuff. Honestly, I think the Ryfield ones are slightly better. But the problem with the Ryfield ones is the pins don't go in tight. They sit in, and if you don't glue them properly and you turn it that way, they all fall out. So you've got to make sure that you get it glued properly. And don't glue it while it's in there. You glue the pins first and then you put the pins in, okay? And then it'll make it workable. Because if you glue them while they're in there, the glue will just go all through your join. So it takes 91 tracks, so there's 91 there. And we'll get them ready to go. So see how that comes along. So that's the only problem with the rifle ones, but they're actually quite good. They're very good quality. They cut out a lot easier than the mini art ones, so they got better sprue sort of setup. I really do like these Riffield tracks. They are actually very good quality, probably the best quality plastic tracks I've seen. So there's that. Alright guys, I will speak to you again soon. This was only meant to be a little video. It turned into a bigger video, but that's how life turns out. Alright guys, I hope you're enjoying the new 4K that I'm doing it in, and the HD. So I'm trying to improve my videos. I will get some better equipment over time. But this is just a blog. This is just something I do. I'm a cabinet maker. You know what I mean? I just love modeling and I love sharing this with you. This is better than, you know, me hassling out my family all the time with photos of my models. That's what I'm doing it for. So I've got someone to talk to about my modeling. All right, guys, I'll speak to you again soon.